because I need to record the class and I need to take a screenshot as well. So give me a minute and here you go, okay? Okay, so let's get ready, Jose. We are going to start with a new unit today. Today we are going to focus on unit number 8, that it's going to be called This Land is My Land. And what are we going to learn today? First of all, we are going to start by talking about migration. We are going to check and identify some migration vocabulary. Okay, that's going to be the first part, migration vocabulary. Afterwards, we are going to do an activity that is related to this exactly, and we are going to focus on a song. Okay, we're going to listen to a song about this, about migration. Got it? In the case of grammar, Jose, let me scroll down. Okay, we are going to see and identify the way that we can talk about reason and results. Reason and results. This is going to be for grammar, reason and results. And just to finish for this unit, we are going to do, this is going to be a very controversial issue, but we are going to read about it. We are going to read about the migration process, okay? Opening doors or building fences. Okay, so any question? Jose, any question?
No, mister.
All right, very good. So before we start with the migration vocabulary, we are going to have a very easy introduction to this topic. I need you to please take a look at the pictures from letter A till letter D. Can you tell me, are you able to identify these people? Can you recognize any of them?
No. The only one is the option C. Is he looks like the Rock.
Letter C? Yeah, he looks like the Rock. Like, no, it isn't Dwayne Johnson. We are going to read who's this, okay? So, what are we going to do, Jose? I need you to please read. It's going to be easy. Read the description. Read out loud the description of the people. And then you need to tell me which picture is it. Okay, so go, Jose, please. Let's start with the first.
Uh, Joan Baez for over 5 decades, being a promised American folk singer and songwriter. His songs often deal with social issues and reflect the profound, specific, and commitment to civil rights and the environment. She, she first became famous in the 1960s and contemporary Bob Dylan, and she continued to perform today, often singing the work of other joint artists.
Excellent. Thank you, Jose. So, according to this and according to what the year that mentioned who do you think is Joan Baez? Is it A, B, C, or D? Check it out. She's a singer. She's famous in the 60s, so very long time ago. Tell me, is it which letter? Which letter is it?
It's so difficult for me, but it's a letter B or letter A.
It's letter D. Okay, letter D. Joan Baez, she's a folk singer. Letter E, okay, Joan Baez. Thank
Oh,
you. Let's carry on to the next. Let's continue, please. Description number 2. Can you read, please, Jose? Description number 2.
Uh, Heinz Ward Jr. is a retired American football player who played uh, what is it, 14 seasons with a Pittsburgh Steelers, a famous team. He now works a word analysis for NBC television and has appeared in movies and reality TV shows like Dancing with the Stars. And he also works in South Korea and helped children of mixed race who sometimes suffer discrimination.
Okay, so Heinz Ward Jr. You tell me, which do you think is it, A, B, or C?
Letter C.
Letter C, excellent. According to what you see, he's an um, retired American football player. That's why he looks very strong, similar as Dwayne Johnson, okay? But no, he's Heinz Ward Jr. Thank you so much. Let's go with the last two. I guess we can read at the same time both. Okay, go. You can read number three and number four. And of course, we can identify which of them, okay? Please, Jose number three, Maria de la Soledad.
María de la Soledad Teresa of Brienne, usually known as Soledad, is a broadcast journalist who has hosted a variety of shows, including CNN and morning news shows. Starting Point. She is also the founder of the Starfish Media Group, the media production company, and a disting- distinguished fellow at Harvard University. Finally, Robert De Niro is an actor who has won, uh, wait a second, who won 2 Oscars and has been nominated for many more. He has worked with many highly renowned movie directors. He, he is particularly known for this work, and Martin Scorsese on movies such as The Godfather Part 2, Taxi Driver, and Raging Bull. He is famous for the intensive of the preparation of his movie roles.
Excellent. So, of course, we know letter A is Soledad, Maria de la Soledad Teresa. And letter B, it's Robert De Niro. Okay, so my question for you, tell me, Jose, what? What do you think they have in common? And how do you think this is related with today's topic?
What?
What do you think they have in common? Do you think they have something in common?
First of all, I think all of these persons are very famous. As second, well, I mean, this is this man works in a television production. I mean, and nominated for you higher work. I don't.
Okay, yes. And what else? Yeah, yes, they are famous people. They are public people. They are known. Maybe they have worked in the television, on TV, on movies. But there is something else that is they have in common.
Mhm. Tell me, Mister. I promise. I problem with my audio.
Can you hear me? Or what's the problem?
Intermission. I mean,
Not so sure. Well, anyway, but you hear me, right? Can you hear me well?
yes.
Okay, perfect. So, what they have in common, Jose? They have in common that all of them are immigrants. Okay? Some of them are immigrants and some other are the children of immigrants. Okay? They are not 100% American. They were born in different countries and then they moved to the USA. This is why it's related to today's topic. Remember, today we're going to focus and we are going to talk about migration. Okay, so ready, Jose, because we are going to start now learning the vocabulary that is related to migration. And you gotta know, a migration is a normal process that usually happens everywhere. Lately, in the recent years, this problem has been more focused on the USA because there are many people, especially from South America, who are trying to go to the USA. But it's not something that happened recently. This is something that have always happened. Okay, so let's get ready. Let me share you, please. We are going to read and identify together this vocabulary about migration. Okay, ready? Here we go. It's going to be quite simple. What you're going to do here, I need you to please read. You are going to read the sentence. And according to the context, you have to choose one of the words that are related to migration. Ready? Okay, go, Jose. You can start.
Immigration and Customs Forces. ICE is a government organization similar to the forces federal and lay.
To further enforce federal migration, immigration, visa, or asylum.
Uh, Immigration or visa lay.
Immigration, federal law. Let's see it. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Immigration. Okay. Immigration. This is it. Okay. Let's carry on. Let's continue to the next. Number 2. Yeah. Read, please. You can do it. Number 2.
If they get the, he can start working in the country. I don't know, but I think that is for a work, uh, 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 citizenship.
Citizenship. Yeah, that could be. But remember, some people, they don't have a citizenship. Citizenship, of course, it's an important not only for working, but for studies, for buying a house. But in this case, no, it's not the right answer. It's the work permit. Okay? Es el permiso de trabajo, okay? It's the work permit. If he
I
gets the
don't
work
choose.
permit.
Wait a second. I don't choose a work permit because I think that is a joke. Algo redundante.
Ah, okay. You got confused with that, okay?
Of course.
So remember, it refers to permiso de trabajo, the document that let you work in a different country, okay?
Okay.
So if he gets the work permit, he can stay working in the country. Let's carry on. Let's continue to number 3. Go ahead, please, Jose, the government.
The government protects the rights of you and every every other American. Of course, it has sentences find the path of economy prosperous.
Uh,
Prosperation, I don't know.
prosperity. Okay, prosperity.
Okay.
All right. So in this case, you get it right. The word is citizen. The government protects the rights of every American citizen. Citizen, remember, ciudadano. Okay, it's a person that is legal that lives in a country. Citizen. Very good. Let's continue. Number 4. Can you read, please?
Talking about the treatment of tens of thousands of people, government regulate the uh, treatment of 10,000 people, government systems. The natives.
Nativism. Let's see it. The
No,
treatment of ten of thousands of people. Nativism, nativismo. No, the right answer here is the quota system.
and what is that?
Exactly, that's a good question. You may tell me, teacher, I haven't heard that expression before. Quota system, it refers to the number of immigrants that can be allowed in a country legally, okay? You know, this is something that usually happens in the USA. They have a quota system and they say, okay, this year there will be a visa lottery. Because this year we need maybe 100, okay, 100,000 immigrants in the country. So the quota system means that that year there will be legally the chance for 1,000 100,000 people to get into the country without any problem, okay? The quota system, remember the number of immigrants that are allowed to get into the country without any problem, okay? And you
Okay,
know, as the word says, the government regulates. For example, this year they can tell you, okay, this year we need 100,000. Maybe next year they are going to need only 50,000. That is the quota system, okay? The number of immigrants that are able to get into the country legally, okay? Let's continue. Number 5. Read, please.
the government must not hire before giving them the opportunity of boom of itself.
Okay, the governments must not hire before giving the opportunity to boom by themselves.
The government must not hire the okay. Stop. And can you give me a hand? Remember what is the meaning of hire?
Hire, remember contratar. Hire. The governments must not hire before giving them the opportunity to boom by themselves. Boom, it refers to make something get a work by themselves.
Mm, legal immigrants? Oh,
Legal or illegal? What do you think? It could be one of them.
it's so difficult to to choose.
Choose. Okay, in this case could be possible both, but I gotta tell you maybe the one that is the most suitable can be illegal, okay? But it's not so common, so I think it could be either both of them, okay? Let's see if this is legal, okay? No, it's illegal, okay? Illegal immigrants. Okay,
Okay.
let's continue. Go to the next, please. Read, Jose.
World population and get inspired by the story of enriches their communities and making a difference in their life.
Okay, what is it? Inspire the stories of enriching their communities and making a difference in their lives.
Uh, asylum seekers.
Asylum seekers are the people who are looking for asylum, maybe because of political or wars. But no, it's not the right word. In this case, it's immigrants, okay?
Uh,
Excellent. The stories of immigrants enriching their communities and making a difference in their lives. As I told you before, immigration is not something that only happens nowadays. Across the centuries, many people have immigrated to different countries because of political reasons or something like that, okay? Let's carry on. Can you continue to the next one? Go, please, Jose. Let's go with some American. Okay, please read.
some American, I don't remember pronunciation that. Okay, some American citizens
Excellent.
consider that the war uh, American
American,
and living and working in the USA because all of them come from different culture.
Okay, very good. They all come from different cultures. This is something really important that you gotta know, okay? The USA, it's like a recent country, no more than 200 years, and probably the USA, it's the country that most immigrants have caught. Because many people from Ireland, from South America, from Asia, they all have moved to the USA, and that's why the USA it's really really diverse, okay? Because many people from different countries live there, okay? So, as you can see, American is not only the people who were born in the USA, but remember, any person living and working there, okay? Oh, okay, let me put it over here. The word is immigrant. Excellent, okay? Immigrant. Let's continue. Let's carry on to the eighth. Carry on, please. Can you read it?
Some think that they can have open God's rule and must be respected.
Okay, so you tell me some
So Americans think that
Americans. Excellent. Continue.
they can have open uh, uh, borders,
Borders. Amazing.
God's rules, and uh, God's rules and deportation must be respected.
Because rules and regulations
Okay.
must be respected. Okay? They can't
Oh,
have open borders. As you can see, no pueden tener em, las fronteras abiertas. Okay? Some Americans think that they can't have open borders because rules and regulations must be respected. Excellent.
okay.
Very good. Open borders, remember, that means that they are able to get more immigrants. Open borders, okay? Fronteras abiertas. The last two, okay? Go ahead, please, with the next one. People from
People from different hold to to a successful progress.
okay,
Uh,
people from different
citizenship.
uh, dual citizenship, yes, but no, the first one is countries.
Countries.
Okay, people from different countries hold dual citizenship due to a successful.
And what is the meaning about asylum?
Asylum.
Remember asylum again.
Asylum, remember, as I told you, that means that maybe for political reasons, you are able to check it out. You're able to go with, to find asylum. Es asilo, no? Asilo político. Maybe you left your country because of the war and that, okay? The word is legal immigration process. So,
Oh,
personas de diferentes países tienen una doble nacionalidad o doble ciudadanía debido a un proceso legal de inmigración, okay, due to a successful legal immigration process. You know,
okay.
it all depends on that, okay? It all depends on what is that you are looking for, okay? In this case, you may tell me, teacher, yeah, a legal immigration process means that you are able to get into any country, and then remember, after 10 years, after 5 years, you can get your citizenship. Okay. And at the same time that you are Ecuadorian, you are Spanish, you are American, things like that. Okay. Very, very good. And let's go with the last one, the most difficult, number 10 in Trump's. This is the current government.
In Trump government, people concerned about mm, in the Trump government, people concerned about uh, illegal immigration and deportation. And the situation has war of them and their families because some of them were separated from the children.
Okay, so you tell me in Trump's government, continue.
People concerned about uh, illegal immigrants
The opposite.
and
Deportation of illegal immigrants. Deportation
totally,
of illegal immigrants.
totally. And the situation has hard to them and their families because some of them were separated from the children.
Yes, you know, that is a reality, right? Some illegal immigrants are actually in that problem. They are deported and they are separated from the children because some of the children were legally born in the USA, but you know, the immigrants, since they are illegally there, they are not able to stay with their families, okay? So in this case, these are the answers. Tell me, get a question?
No,
Okay, perfect. So now that it's clear about the vocabulary related to immigrants, let's carry on because we are going to listen to a song. Okay, first of all, I am going to play the melody. Listen carefully and you tell me if you're able to identify if you have heard this melody before. Ready? Let's get ready with that. And here you go. Listen carefully, okay? Okay, tell me, can you recognize this song? What is it?
No, but I don't recognize that, but because it's I sound like for what is the cover? No, no, not the cover. More like I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's check then, okay? It's not about cowboys. Yeah, it's a
No more.
country music. It's not about cowboys specifically. But I gotta tell you, this is a very nice one, okay? A very nice song because it's talking about, well, we are going to watch now the video with the lyrics and we're gonna identify that, okay? I want you to please analyze carefully because there is a very important message behind it. Okay? That's why we need to listen also with the music. So let's get ready. The music and the lyrics. So pay attention. And remember, read carefully, analyze the lyrics, and after that, we are going to discuss what is that about, okay? So here we go. Let me mute myself and let's start listening.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. And all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving, and the dust clouds rolling, and the fog was lifting, a voice was chanting. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign it said no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. That side was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. In the shadow of the steeple, I saw my people. By the relief office, I've seen my people. As they stood there hungry, I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me? Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can ever make me turn back. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
Okay, so you get it. It's a beautiful song, but I want you to please tell me, Jose, what do you think is the message? What do you think is the message of this song?
I think for the only American citizens is your land, and I understand this land is for everyone.
Okay, this land is your land, this land is my land. This land was made for you and me. At the beginning of the song, you know, it's talking about the beautiful places that are in the USA, right?
Right.
Okay. Got it? So,
Got it.
and well, that's the beginning. But you know, as you go by, the song, I want you to focus here on this part, okay? As I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign it said no trespassing. Okay, what do you think is this about, okay?
No trespassing. That is a for a simple rule de no invadir.
Okay. I guess there's not here. Better leave on me, people. I stood there asking. Okay, this was, and after that, okay? Check it out. In the shadow of the steeple, by the relief office, I seen my people as they stood there hungry. I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me? Is this land made for you and me? Okay, why? Why do you think that the author is asking this? Because in the author write it as an affirmation, right? This land was made for you and me, affirmation. But after this verse, as you can see, he says, I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me?
This is for everyone.
Is the land made for you and me?
This country is for everyone. I pay that.
Okay, so as a reflection of that, okay, what is the message of this song? It's actually to talk about the migration, okay? Because as the beginning says, this land was made for you and me. It refers that the USA, it's a country for all the people, not only for the citizens, but also for the immigrants, okay? And that's why, in some cases, at the beginning, well, talking about how beautiful it is, but at the end, as you can see, he's also talking about that, okay? It's talking about how it is hard for that, for people from immigrants to live there because, you know, some people are extreme nationalists about their country and they don't want immigrants to go there. Okay, that is the reflection of this song. But you know, I love this one, at least the first part. because they say, right? This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. Again, got it or no?
Well, got it.
Sure?
Yes. So.
You got it, okay? So just to finish for right now, let's get ready with that because we are going to read the next part, okay? We are going to do this reading activity, and I believe after that we can take a break. We are going to read about the author of this music, of this song. The voice of a generation, his name is Woody Guthrie. Again, I need you to listen carefully and let's get ready with that, okay? Pay attention. I am going to read the first paragraph and then you are going to help me. You are going to continue because we are going to read the reason why he wrote this song. So here we go. Woody Guthrie wrote This Land Is Your Land in 1940 because he couldn't stand the song God Bless America. At least that's what he later told his young son Arlo. And since most people thought of his son as some kind of uncritical celebration of America, Guthrie made sure his young son paid attention to the verses like the one about the people at relief offices, people who went hungry in this land. Okay, let's get ready, please. I need you to read the next paragraph from here until listen.
Hunter came from a middle-class family from Oklahoma. Woody's father and mother there so well off that they're both an automobile, the first people in the town to do so. But the financial depression hit and it was stuck liberate time that the children lost all their money and there was very little work. So John Woody left his wife and family to find work elsewhere, and they went traveling across America and riding for railroad for free, and finally arriving in America. There was considered an outsider, and much like the migrant workers and they are associated with their hair started writing songs and such an original way that people sat up and listened.
Excellent. He was from Oklahoma and he went to California. And as you can see, he was considered as an outsider, okay? Outsider, remember, means foráneo, talking about a person that is from a different site that lives there, okay? Thank you. And let's go with the last one. Can you read, please, the last one, Jose? I am going to read, okay? Don't worry. Towards the end of his life, as a result of Huntington's disease, Guthrie had to stop playing, but his legacy lives on. He was so prolific that he left behind thousands of songs and song lyrics. And they were such amazing songs that people still singing them today. Okay, so obviously, as you could listen, this song at the beginning, it's very nice, This Land Is Your Land, but also it's like a critical celebration of America, okay? Especially those paragraphs when he says, people on the relief office who went hungry. You know, talking about poor people, immigrants, people who are not able to access different kind of things because, you know, the bad situation they are living in. Okay, so just to finish, let's check and let's identify that. Okay, I guess the next part, the grammar for this, for reason and results, we are going to do it after the break, okay? Sí, mejor vamos a un break. Let's go to a break, Jose. And after the break, we are going to identify this, the reasons and result clauses. Okay, any question? Tell me. Recording, here we go. As I told you before, the thing left, the one that we are going to learn right now, it's going to be all about reasons and results, causes and results. Again, there are many ways to express them, but they are easy because for a reason, there is always a result. I guess that you remember the second law of Newton. You get a reason and you get a result. Cause and effect, reason, result. Okay, so we are going to identify together these reason and result clauses with the next examples, and here we go, okay? So let me share you now, please. Please pay attention, because here you are. Okay, perfect. So let's go from the very beginning, and here it is, okay? All right, so here it goes. Just a problem with that, and let's get ready with that, okay? Okay, perfect. So let's get ready with that. And here it goes. Let's go from the beginning. And before we start, check it out, because we are going to identify. As you can see here, there are some models that we can use for that. But the idea for sure is that you identify which is the cause, which is the reason, and which is the result. So in the first sentence, what is the cause? I need you to please read carefully and you tell me. Melanie's shoe was untied, so she tripped and fell. Melanie's shoe was untied, so she tripped and fell. In this sentence, can you tell me what is the cause?
Melanie's shoes was also
Untied. Excellent. Melanie's shoes was untied. Melanie's shoes was untied. This is the reason, okay? The cause. Very good. Now, in the next one, I need you to please identify. We got another example, and here it goes. Now we are going to identify what is the effect. I dropped all of my groceries when the dog scared me. What is the effect in this case?
the dog scared me. Oh, I don't know what
The
the
effect,
effect.
the effect was
The dog is a cow, and the effect is to drop all of my groceries.
excellent, right? That was the effect. When the dog scared me, I dropped all of my groceries. Okay, that is the effect. I dropped all of my groceries when the dog scared me. Very good. Number two, let's carry on to the next. Number three, check it out, please. I need you to identify. Now, what is the cause? What is the cause in this sentence? I failed my math test because I didn't study enough. What is the cause?
I failed my math test.
I failed my math test. That is the effect. Okay?
I did I did not study enough.
Excellent. What is the reason? What is the cause? I didn't study enough. So what was the result? I failed my math test. The cause, remember, I didn't study and I didn't study enough. The effect, I failed my math test. Excellent. Let's continue to the next. Yeah, check it out, please. Now we are going to identify what is the effect. I fell asleep on the beach, so I had a nasty sunburn. I fell asleep on the beach, so I had a nasty sunburn. Tell me here, what is the effect?
Uh, so I had a nasty sunburn.
Excellent. Okay. I fell asleep on the beach. What was the result, the effect? I had a nasty sunburn. So I had a nasty sunburn. Excellent. Let's continue to the next. My question for you, okay, check talking about that. What happens first, the cause or the effect? Chronological.
Because
Obviously, right? First we got a cause and then we have an effect or a result. Let's continue the next one. What is the cause in this sentence? The river flooded a small town after receiving 8 inches of rain in 2 hours. What is the cause?
after receive 8 inches of rain in 2 hours.
Excellent. Receiving 8 inches of rain in 2 hours, that is the cause, okay? Let's continue the last one. I guess we get, okay, 2 more questions. Let's go with the last 2 questions. Number 7, what is the effect in this sentence? Mark couldn't play in the championship when he broke his arm. Mark couldn't play in the championship when he broke his arm. What is the effect?
And uh, the effect goes and play the Mark could not play in the championship.
Excellent. That is the effect. Mark couldn't play in the championship. Mark couldn't play in the championship. Very good. And of course, what happens second, you know the effects. Okay, excellent, very, very good. So we're going to identify what are the models that we can use to talk about both cause and effects. The first one is so. So remember, we use it to talk about the effects. Melanie shoe wasn't tied. So remember, as a result, as a consequence, she tripped and fell. Okay? Melanie's shoe wasn't tied, so she tripped and fell. Remember, so we use it to talk about the effects. Okay? In the next sentence, we got when I dropped all of my groceries, when the dog scared me. You tell me when. Is this for effects or for the cause? Tell me, what do you think, Jose? When? Is this for effect or for cause? For reason?
Oh, sorry, my father. Mi padre está haciendo bullying. I find the cause.
Excellent, right? When? When the dog scared me, I dropped all of my groceries. Remember the order in the sentence. It doesn't make any change because remember, we can also put in this different order, okay? We can say, when the dog scared me, yes, I dropped all of my groceries. When the dog scared me, I dropped all of my groceries. Okay, can you see it? That is the difference, okay? Let's carry on to the next one. I failed my math tests because I didn't study. Tell me, because is this for cause or for effects?
Because because it's for because it's for a cause. Because they did not study enough.
Because excellent, remember, it's to talk about the cause, the reason of something, okay? I failed the math test because I didn't study. Because, okay? I failed my math test, and here you are, okay? Let's carry on to the next. Okay, we got so again. It's the same. Beach, beach. Yeah, here we are. The river flooded the small town after receiving 8 inches of rain in 2 hours. After, tell me, is in this case to talk about the cause or the effects?
Uh, After I for a cause.
Excellent. After, it's for the cause. The river flooded the small town after receiving 8 inches of rain in 2 hours. Let's go down, down, down. Mark couldn't play. I guess we got it here. Okay, well, so mainly those are the words that we can use for causes. Also, we are going to see the word since. Okay, and for the effect, we're also gonna we're gonna have some other expressions such as so, as a result, then. Remember, we use them to talk about effects. Okay, so are you ready to practice?
Yes, mister.
Excellent. Remember, it's very easy that you remember that because remember, for everything, we have to identify, we got to use the logic and see which is the cause, the reason, and which is the effect or result. So perfect. Let me share you now the link. We are going to practice that cause and effect vocabulary. So let's go with that. And here it goes, okay? Perfect. So here you are. Let's practice with the next game. Here we go, okay? Perfect. So let's get ready. And here you are, okay? Lístate, comparto el link. Vamos a practicar. So I guess there are 15 questions, okay? 15 questions of that. Identify that, the cause and effects. Okay, please, Jose, open the link and we can practice.
Today is so funny because I only one person to do the complete that.
Exactly, right? So there is no competition now. You're going to be the winner. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Let's go with that. Okay, perfect. So let's get ready with that. Here we go. Let's start. Excellent. Very good, Jose. Congratulations. It seems like you finished. Let's see what were your mistakes. I think this was mainly easy, right? But maybe you got confused in a few of them, okay? What is an effect? Remember, something that happens because of a cause. I know this sounds like a tongue twister, but it's because of a cause we got an effect. Number 9 says, Peter walked quickly down. How was Peter? Okay, this was a long story, so let's read it carefully. Peter walked quickly down the dark street. It was very quiet.
Sorry for the
Tell me, what happened?
sorry for the interruption. Uh, that is for my quick word mistake because I choose the correct one in the first one, but the quick word no response, but I choose the incorrect one. That is that is the only one, but that
Okay.
nothing.
But which question? The question of what is an effect of the question or Peter? Tell me, what was your mistake in here or confusion?
No, solo le quería decir que en esa de en una hubo un error con mi, ajá, yo había escogido correctamente que Peter caminaba más rápido y sentí
Ah,
como que
okay.
era, digamos, nada.
In some reading ones, okay? Don't worry, but I'm pretty sure now that you're able to identify that, okay? The cause and the effect, the reason and the result. Yes, Jose? Got it? Any question? If you want to practice a little bit more of that, we are not going to practice right now because I guess it's time for a new break. And after the break, we are going to do just the last activity that is the reading. We are going to read and analyze this controversial issue about immigration. And I believe we can finish after that, okay? That was super easy as you could see. But let me share you now the link where you can practice a little bit of that. The reasons and results over here so you can check that, okay? Wait a minute, and here it goes. So, if you want to practice a little bit more, remember, check it out. Here we got some other examples of that. In the case of contrast, don't worry, it's not irrelevant right now, but focus on that, okay? Purpose and reasons. Talking about purpose. The new students worked hard to pass the test. I want to stay in order to finish the report. We were quiet so as no one to wake up the baby. We left early so that we could park the car. They went to the pub for a drink. And in the case of a reason, remember we can use as or since, because, and also check it out, we also got the word due to. It's a bit more formal due to the meaning, it's like debido a, due to, okay? We didn't go due to the heavy rain. They have a similar meaning. Remember, they express a reason or a cause, and you can use them. Remember, according to what you refer, what you mean. Okay, Jose? Yep. Please open the link. You can see it. And if you got any question, just let me know, okay? No, Jose, no questions. Open the link. You tell me if you could open.
I complete that and I say a screenshot
You completed the exercise? No, remember, not an obligation. Don't worry, you don't have to do it right now, okay? Was that a question? Don't worry, okay? Don't worry, Jose. No, tell me what was the question?
No, mister, no question.
No
Uh,
questions. Okay. Tell me.
no questions, mister. I don't know si me escucha todavía.
Ok, te escucho a veces un poquito como que es como que alejado del microphone. I hear you like a bit far from the microphone.
I think because it's for my internet connection.
Ah, okay. Don't worry. So let me stop recording. Yeah, now you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, Jose, as you could see, today we were learning all about immigration. We check about the results, the purposes as well. Just to finish, we are going to read this article. I gotta tell you, it's very interesting because it's talking about a really controversial issue that is the open borders or building fences. Okay, so let me share the whole screen, please. And here it goes, okay? Well, so Jose, together we are going to read this article, Opening Doors or Building Fences. And what do we have to do after that? Remember, once we finish, we are going to analyze which do you think is the best solution for the US? And here in Ecuador, well, although here in Ecuador we don't have that much immigrants, I think that it's something also that concerns any country around the world. So let's get ready with that. Jose, please, I need you to help me. You are going to read the first paragraph and then we're going to analyze it, okay? Go, Jose, read, please.
Immigrated is a difficult and often controversial issue, and one that many countries around the world have to grapple with, especially now, with a high number of refugees escaping from war and brutality in the only countries. This is a good thing or not. Should a country open its borders to anyone who wants to know and live there? Why did the USA, a country built on the arrival of immigrants from all corners of the earth, build a long sense on this southern border so that people from the uh, south tour, tour will not be able to enter the country? Why does Australia, another nation of immigrants, make potential immigrants take a discrete point that takes tests in order of decide who can live there? And the situation is especially intense for many parts of Europe, and their refugees and another immigrants have come by both legal and illegal means to force the change of a better life in countries like the UK, Germany, and the Netherlands.
Excellent. Thank you, Jose. So as you can see, there are too many questions that we have to answer, okay? So should a country open its borders to anyone? Why did the US, a country built on the arrival of immigrants from all the corners, now it's building or build a long fence in the southern border so that people from the south won't be able to enter the country? And of course, the other countries as well, such as Australia, the UK, Germany, and Netherlands, we are going to see how can we discuss about these topics and answer these questions. Okay, I'm going to read the next paragraph. Here we go. Opinions differ sharply about the effect that mass immigration has. In Sweden, which has a proudest history of accepting refugees and asylum seekers from other countries, There are anti-immigration political parties. They say that too much immigration changes a country and dilutes its history and culture. In the US, while some people, especially in the South, do their best to help people trying to get into the country so as to find work, others are fiercely antagonistic towards the same people. Okay, so we have different opinions, some people in favor, some people against this. Okay, let's continue, let's carry on. Can you help me? You're going to read the next paragraph now about the Britain. Okay, read please, you can do it.
Britain. The conversation is equally polarized. Those who support immigration agree that the country has always, over the centuries, accepted immigrants and they have contributed and to and enriches the nation well characters and culture. They point out that the vast majority of immigrants, especially those who come to create a better life for themselves and wants to work and so contribute to the country field paying tax. Opposites of immigrants, however, say that the else immigrants are economic migrants and take jobs away from the island indigenous population that their brain crime and other difficulties and that there are a drain on the nation resource such as the health service and other social benefits that British citizens are entitled to in 260 and 52% of the UK population vote to Brexit to leave the, the European Union and largely because of fears of immigration.
Excellent, thank you. As you can see, Jose, the people who are in favor, they say that the vast majority of immigrants, who come to create a better life, they want to work and so contribute to the country's wealth by paying taxes. While on the other hand, the opponents, they say that these immigrants are economic migrants. They take jobs away from the island's indigenous people, the people who live there. They bring crime and other difficulties, and they are a drain of nation resources. Okay, that's why in 2016 many people voted for Brexit because they were afraid of immigration. Okay, just to finish, I am going to read the last paragraph. In the US, immigration continues to be a sensitive subject and highly controversial. With the recent refugee crisis, countries are facing more pressure to establish a firm position, and this has sometimes meant an unexpected division among its citizens. It is a complex issue, but one that requires clear thinking and a human response, not just a political one. So, I want you to please tell me, in your own words, tell me, Jose, do you agree? Are you in favor or against immigration? What do you think about this topic?
For the immigration, the controversial and what is the topic in another country in the world, and it's so difficult to what is it the support that and and the listen the opinion of another country for that uh, and that's
Okay, let's talk about Ecuador, okay? Because, well, Ecuador is a small country if you compare to the US. Do you think that here in Ecuador, do we have a problem with immigration or not?
immigrated. I choose for an example is that the the Venezuela people.
What's your opinion about these immigrants?
not too bad because these people are work in I work in this country many years and I don't affect that for country.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right. And for example, well, Ecuador has actually been always the opposite, okay? People from Ecuador, they have, or we have to move to different countries. 20 years ago, of course, it was to Spain, but nowadays most of people are willing to move to the US, right? There's a change with that because remember, in the past, most of people used to go to Europe, Spain, and Italy. And nowadays, most of people are willing to go to the US. And as a consequence of that, remember, in the US, there are really, really strict political regulations. So they don't want more immigrants to go to travel there. Okay? Excellent. So, just to finish for the day, let's get ready because we are going to do the last activity. What do we have to do here? We got some vocabulary that we got from this article that are contributed, controversial issue, enriched, grapple, division, polarized, potential, and access. So, what are we going to do? We are going to read the sentences, and remember, you have to choose one of these words in order to complete the sentence. Okay, go please. You can start. Jose, read number one. Hello, hello, Jose. You know what's going on? Your microphone. Okay. Yeah, okay, don't worry. Entonces, Jose, it's okay that it's going to be the activity that we're going to finish, okay? You can write it here in the chat box. Very good. Controversial issue number one. Continue number two. Excellent. Number two, I'm trying to grapple with a problem. Grapple, the meaning means like deal. Deal with a problem. Grapple. Excellent. Continue. Number three. Excellent. Taxes, impuestos, very good. That is the money that we as citizens, we are supposed to give the government in order to run the country, okay, for the things that they got to do, okay? Very good. People from other countries have contributed a lot to our culture. Her quality makes her a potential. Very good. But remember, is with T, potential. Nice. Excellent. The culture of our country has been greatly enriched. Enriched. Excellent. Number seven, polarized. Excellent. Polarized. Remember that we got a lot of people in favor, a lot of people against. Polarized. Very, very good. And the last one, when they started, it was just a small group of people talking about things, but now they have their own political party, and this will cause a division. Excellent. In the next election. Excellent. Congratulations. Very good, Jose. Excellent. Wait a minute. Okay, RSC, goodbye, goodbye. Thank you so much. Have an excellent weekend. Goodbye.